Aha, you can open. Now, you remember that next time it's pouring. Good thing I don't believe in luck. Oh. Well, Dave, good morning.
Hi, Terry. Is it raining inside? It doesn't seem to be out here.
I have an explanation. Now, you just come on in out of the sunshine. Let me put this away. No, you see, I was trying to see if Lester's umbrella really worked. I borrowed it at the hospital picnic yesterday. And naturally, it didn't open, and I didn't want to return it to him broken.
Yeah, we really had a wet 4th of July, didn't we?
Oh, we sure did. So, Doctor, tell me, to what do I owe this honor?
Oh, how about lunch?
No, thanks. I just had breakfast.
No, I mean a little bit later. And some shopping. I need your assistance, your eye for the elegant, and your expert opinion.
Oh, well, I'm very flattered, but I'm really not quite sure what I'm getting into.
Well, I want you to help me pick out a gift for Kate. And I want it to be something special.
Well, Kate, although your consent sounded just a bit reluctant over the telephone, I really appreciate you seeing me.
Any reporters with you?
Oh, now, Kate.
Just wondering if you were setting the stage for another prefabricated story like my engagement to Lee. That's all.
Surprise gift for Kate. Is it her birthday?
Nope, but the occasion is just as important.
Oh, this was your anniversary.
No, not that either. You know, I was thinking it should be jewelry, something that will always remind her of today.
Let's see. It's not her birthday. It's not your anniversary. It's definitely not Christmas.
I guess I'm not making much sense to you, am I?
Why don't you just start again from the top?
Well, all right. It's just something I always used to do. You know, when Kate and I were first dating, it would be a scarf, sometimes perfume. Oh, and stuffed animals. I really went overboard with those.
Dave, why don't you just start midway? Maybe I can catch up then.
I'm sorry. I guess I do sound like a schoolboy, don't I? I'm so excited. It's just that it finally hit me that Kate and I are really going to be back together again.
That's what true love does.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. She's still hesitant about rushing into a relationship. And I can't say that I really blame her. But there's new hope, Terry. I mean, there really is.
I know that whatever fears she has now will soon pass.
Well, that is my prayer. Hey, did I ever tell you how Kate and I met?
No, you haven't.
Well, I was a write-in against Kennedy and Nixon for the presidency.
You were what?
Yes, it started out as a joke. The guys at med school put me up to it. It was funny. Anyway, after we discussed everything from civil rights to parochial schools, well, I just didn't have the heart to write my name down on the ballot.
Boy, she must have really made an impression on you.
Oh, yes, she did. She was so serious about everything. She really cared. I remember her hair was longer then, and she used to brush it away from her face when she was talking. You know, it took me almost a month to convince her to go out with me.
That's about how long Scott persisted with me.
It paid off for both of us, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's another reason why I'm glad you're going to help me pick out this gift.
Oh?
You really understand what I'm trying to say to her. All the qualities that I fell in love with, they're still there. And that's the occasion.
Well, what do you have in mind? Necklace or a little pin or...
Oh, I'll know it when I see it. Does that mean you're going to help me?
Of course it does. I'd be glad to.
Ah, thanks, Terry.
Oh, Kate, what can I say? It was all my fault. I came over here just to convince you that Lee had absolutely nothing to do with that Redland article.
So I've already been told.
Well, it's true. You have got to believe me. I wouldn't do anything to drive you two apart. We've all been through too many things. And both of you mean too much to me for me to want to hurt either one of you. Now you know that.
Oh, I don't know what to believe, Sebastian. You two put together like Jekyll and Hyde.
Well, I wouldn't want to ask which one I'm supposed to be.
Well, you're the man behind the image, aren't you?
Well, sure, I help. But you should know better than anyone else that Lee's his own man, not just some puppet.
And you should know better than anyone else that I'm not one either. If this is just another one of your advertising campaigns, Sebastian, it is all wrong. You've got to believe in the product just as much as the package you create.
Well, this time I do.
I'm not so sure about that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be bending the rules trying to get me to marry Lee.
Oh, come on now, Kate. This idea wasn't so unattractive to you in the past. Looking back, I seem to remember that you did your share of soft selling to get Lee's attention during the last campaign. Oh, he still needs you, Kate.
Well, let him ask me, not you in front of the whole population of Kingsley.
Kate, I'm a betting man. When I saw him take out that rock and say it was for you, I would have given 10 to 1 that you wouldn't have turned him down. Well, I was wrong. But I was also right.
I know I am going to hate myself, but would you mind explaining that to me?
He jumped ahead of Wainwright in the polls, didn't he? Now, you know it was worth it, Kate. Admit it. You want him to win just as much as I do.
Of course I do.
And I know it's your dream that you want to make your mark on society as well.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, with Lee, you can do it. If he wins. You'd never be able to with Dave.
Oh. What have you been doing, having your new researcher doing an analytical study of me?
Kate, just do both of yourselves a favor. Don't be in such a rush to set the record straight about your engagement, all right?
I've already given Lee my word that I won't retract the article, for now.
Well, I know you told him you'd hold off for the time being, but don't do it just to be doing him a favor. In time, you're going to see that you'd also be doing one for yourself. Think about it.
Well, these are pretty good. I think you ought to order as many as you're going to need.
Okay. Do you mind?
Not at all, but somehow I didn't picture you as an autograph seeker.
Well, I could have told you it's for my kid brother, but I don't have one.
Well, anything for a voter, especially if she's on the staff.
Thanks.
You know, I've had people working for me in the past who didn't necessarily back me.
I couldn't work for a campaign I didn't believe in.
Well, a lot of people do. You have high ideals, don't you?
So do you.
Well, I didn't promise to save the world.
No, but you do make an impact on the places that you can influence.
Somehow I get the idea that that's the thinking that comes straight from the school of Sebastian Knight.
No, it's just my own personal observation since I've been here.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And you know what impresses me the most?
What's that?
You're determined to win, no matter what the odds. And that's the kind of enthusiasm that really turns people on, especially the young voters.
Uh-huh. Have you got a computer printout on that?
Absolutely, Congressman.
Oh.
Now, this is a profile on voters' response to vitality and charisma of each candidate. Now, this is where you soar way above Wainwright.
Very interesting. Did you do this?
Yes, I did.
That's a good job. But we don't want to take a nap here just because we're a few points ahead of Wainwright.
Not if you expect to sit behind the desk in the Oval Office one day.
Whoa, let's just get me elected to Congress for right now.
Well, I personally don't think it's too soon to begin thinking in those terms.
Well, I appreciate your vision and your commitment, but for right now, let's start with the speech that you and Sebastian worked on. Do you have it?
It's right here. Now, Sebastian and I changed the introduction. We thought it would work better this way. What do you think?
Not a bad idea.
Well, Harold couldn't get anywhere with Miriam. You know, I know that I should have gone over to speak to her myself.
Oh, please don't upset yourself about it, sir.
Just wonder how long it's going to take her to come to her senses. That boy should be in this house.
Oh, of course he should be. You know, he's very fond of you, if I may say so.
Well, thank you. But Miriam thinks I've bought his affection.
Oh, hardly.
I got him a few pieces of video equipment to challenge his mind, and I'm accused of spoiling him. Now, I do admit that the TV watch was for entertainment, but after all, a youngster like that has to have some recreation.
I wonder how he's faring now.
I can only imagine in that crime-ridden neighborhood. You know, Mrs. Lucas, I can't stand this any longer. Do you remember Mrs. Redland's number?
Yes, I do.
If I could just see Mim personally.
Oh, do you think you should? She always seems to upset you so.
Well, I'd be a lot more upset if I didn't get this off my chest.
Oh, well. Do you think I could talk to her for you?
Don't know. She'll see me today, this time.
Oh, it's ringing.
Oh, good. Thank you. Mim, I want you to, well, put her on. This is her father. You know, that place is like a hotel. You never know who's living there. Mim, I want to see you today. I know what you think, but either you pick some place where we can meet or I'll come over there. All right, where? Well, why not this house? It's your home. Listen, Mim. All right, fine. Good. Over lunch. I'll get Mrs. Lucas to make some reservations. 1 o'clock at the Greenbrier. And I expect both you and Eric. And why can't Eric be there? All right. I will be expecting you, however. Goodbye.
Maybe she'll change her mind about coming home this time.
I certainly hope so.
Come in. Well, hello, Ione. Would you believe that I was just thinking about you and everybody else at the clinic?
Well, maybe that's why I'm here.
Huh?
Are you free for lunch? And I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, Ione, I can't.
My treat. And you'll even get to hear why I need a 2-week vacation right now.
You want time off? Is this Ione Redland I'm talking to?
None other. You know, I just need a little time to do a little thinking, that's all.
Now, your definition of thinking is doing some problem solving, getting somebody's problems straightened out. So what's up?
Well, you know the situation about Miriam and her father.
Yes, he still wants her and Eric to move back in with him?
Oh, no, not want. He's demanding it.
Well, it sounds like he hasn't changed at all.
But Miriam's holding her ground. I'm amazed at the spunk that lady has.
Well, she's got a good teacher.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't give her any advice. I feel that any problems that she and Charles Carpenter have to work out, they have to do it between themselves.
Good point.
Yes, just wish I could say the same thing about Carl and Jean. Now there, I haven't kept my opinions to myself.
Oh, now come on. Every time I see those two, they're acting like a couple of newlyweds.
Oh, well, maybe when Monk's not around. You know, he's driving Carl up a wall between Jean and her.
Terry, you ready to go? Ione, funny meeting you here.
Oh, but you took the words right out of my mouth.
Enjoying your morning off?
As much as possible, I thought I could talk Terry into having lunch with me.
Well, I beat you to it. She's already promised to have lunch with me.
I'll take care of this right now.
Fine. Oh, one final thing. These figures on highway improvement, are they the most recent?
Yes, I checked with the Transportation Department yesterday. They're current.
Excellent. I've got to give a speech to the Planning and Development Commission later this week, and I want to use that information.
I thought you might want to do that. Should I set up a press release for, say, tomorrow afternoon?
Now, why don't you wait and check with Sebastian first, because we still have to get a focus on the speech.
Okay, I'll do that.
I think he ought to be coming in pretty soon, because he said he had something personal.
I'm back.
Well, so you are.
Andrea, I have the next speech for Lee here. I wonder if you could get it typed for me.
Sure, I'll take care of it right now.
And Andrea, thank you very much. It was good work.
Thank you.
I suppose you want to know where I've just been.
I recognize that tone. You use it every time the ship's about to hit the iceberg.
Well, perhaps we can prevent it this time with the right steering. I just talked to Kate, Lee.
I was afraid of that. I hope your good intentions didn't make matters worse.
Oh, now look, we're a team, remember? You get hurt, I get hurt.
But if Kate is shoved into the corner, Dave Phillips is likely to come out the winner.
Well, he's just the one we need to discuss.
Just a minute. What did you tell Kate?
I told her the same thing that you've been telling her all along about the Redland article. That I was the one that gave him the information and not you.
And did she believe you?
Well, mission's accomplished on that end. She won't be retracting the engagement for a while yet.
So we're still safe.
Until we get a more permanent guarantee.
Sebastian, you're leaving me dangling again. Would you please clarify that?
Keep trying to make Kate Mrs. Lee Carruthers no matter what she says.
I have been trying, but did you get any indication from her that I'm still in the running?
No. But I struck a nerve of a very determined woman. Lee, I'd be willing to bet this reconciliation with Dave Phillips and her won't work. It can't. He can't give her what you can. He can't even give her what she really wants deep down inside. So, when the thing starts falling through, she'll be looking for your shoulder to cry on. Hold on to that ring.
You think it's safe to let Ione in on our little secret, Terry?
I don't see why not.
Terry's being kind enough to help me pick out a gift for Kate.
A gift for Kate?
Isn't it great that Dave and Kate are seeing each other again?
Oh, it sure is. You should see that man down at the clinic. He whistles while he works. He even sings to 6-year-old patients.
Ione, why don't you go with us?
What with your gallivanting all around, I would say that Lucille and Dr. Ben must be running ragged. No, I think I better be running on down there and helping them out down there.
This is your morning off, and doctors prescribe times of rest for their patients and staff.
Well, some other time I think they need me. I'm going to see you a little later, Terry.
Okay, Ione. So give me a call tonight, will you?
I will. And I'll see you later.
Yes, ma'am.
Dave, look, can you give me just 5 more minutes? I've got to finish initialing these reports that are due on Lester's desk immediately.
Sure, no problem.
Oh, look, I'll tell you what you can do. Why don't you look through this Miller's catalog and see if there's anything in there you'd like to get for Kate? That's going to be our first stop.
Okay. I'll let my fingers do the walking.
Well, I'm all done. Dave?
What?
Oh, we can go now.
Oh, great.
Look, I'm just going to drop these off at Lester's office and return the umbrella, of course.
Okay,
Right.
we're all set.
Okay.
Don't be ridiculous, Amber. I have never barred you from my door.
Well, it's just that lately I'm not sure of my welcome around here. Are you alone?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Feel free to conduct a search if you wish.
I'll take your word for it. Besides, if Dave were here, he would probably have made his presence known, and I would be on my way out the door.
I thought this was going to be a friendly visit.
It is. It is. I've even come to apologize.
Oh, you're the second person today who dropped by just to beg my forgiveness.
So, Stacy beat me to it, huh?
No, Sebastian did.
Oh. Well, you know me, Mother. I'm not usually in the habit of saying I'm sorry.
No, you're not. But it's very becoming.
Well, I am sorry for the way that I bolted out of here the other day.
Apology accepted. Truce.
It's just that ever since that day I saw you here with Dave, Mother, if you would just realize that Lee is...
None of that.
Well, believe it or not, I only want to see you happy, Mother.
I know you do. And I don't mind talking to you about Lee or Dave.
Oh,
As long as you don't promote one over the other or put one of them down.
Now, you know I can't do that.
End of conversation.
Are you serious?
Absolutely, most definitely, yes.
You don't want a truce. You want a complete surrender.
Now I think you're getting the message.
Mrs. Lucas,
Yes, Mr. Carpenter.
are those reservations confirmed?
Yes, for a party of 2 at the Greenbrier at 1 o'clock.
Good. I think I'll be a little early today and go now.
Do you want me to call you a cab?
No. I'd rather drive myself. Let off a little steam, maybe. I won't rest until that boy is back in this house.
You know what I think you need, Mother?
Here we go again.
Oh, I mean, besides a certain candidate for Congress that we will not mention, I think you should have a nice, quiet lunch with me.
What am I getting myself into?
Oh, I'd say probably a nice shrimp salad at the Greenbrier. Come on, say yes, please.
Just remember which subjects are off limits.
I promise.
It's a deal. Just let me freshen up. I'll be right with you.
Okay.